Welcome to the Absurdly Nerd Podcast. This week we're talking about some of the biggest games coming in the next 4 weeks. We're also going to finish off with a brand new segment called Nintendo, where Eric pitches a game that we haven't played from Nintendo history. But without further ado, we'll get right into it. On the 21st of April, we get Advance Wars, finally. 1+2 Reboot Camp.
And this
Great
was
game.
shown last February at that direct, right? Or is
Yeah.
it sooner, or is it before that?
It may have been before that. It feels like a long time we've known about this for it to be a remake.
Yeah, man. This is right here is the one.
Yeah.
It's the one that, I drafted in our fantasy draft 2 years ago, and I totally didn't even know what it was.
Yeah.
So my hype level's at a 3.
Yeah.
Because I don't care.
Well, you drafted it because you knew other people had hype
Yeah.
for it. It wasn't your kind of game. I mean, I got it this year in fantasy, and I'm excited to
I'm
see what it
excited
is.
for this. I feel like I'm a little strategied out after Midnight Suns and Fire Emblem, and
It is a bad time. For sure.
I've already played through 2. I'm like, I don't know if
There's
I
a
wanna do
little
another one.
strategy fatigue.
Yeah.
I like Midnight Suns a lot, but it's a little too much. It's hard to get reinvested into that once you've stepped away. I didn't like Fire Emblem. I just don't like Fire Emblem. I've accepted it at this point. But Advance Wars looks like something I can just pop in and do a battle and then be like, okay, I want to go do another battle now.
Art style of Advance Wars too.
Yeah, it's very laid back. Yeah. I didn't like it at first though, but it's grown on me a lot.
I'm at a 7.
Yeah, I'm at
7.
6, which is better than I thought it'd be when I first saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've just heard.
I don't even know what it looks like. That's why it's a 3 for me.
I've just heard throughout the years of how much people have loved this series, so I'm excited to finally try it.
That's what I've heard
me.
too. Obviously they love it if it's getting a reboot or remake or whatever the frick.
I'm ready to see all the wacky stuff that people talk about. They say
Wacky
there's like
stuff.
some really goofy stuff. Like these are kids out there commanding a war, and it's like very nonchalant for them having a freaking war with guns and tanks and airplanes. But also that day, Dead Island 2. Another game that we've heard of for way longer than that, actually. Cole, I want to know from you first.
Before I watched recent gameplay on it, it was about a 9 or as close to a 10 as I could get. Now it's like an 8 to 9.
Yeah,
because it's more of the same.
8 or 9?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's more of the same. It's zombie killing, but they're fat zombies. And I know this is a small thing. And I know that a lot of people, like, in most zombie games, when you have fat zombies, they're the heavies. Mm-hmm. They're just fat zombies because there's fat people like me. I want to be a zombie. Represent me, dude. Representation is important, and I want fat zombies.
9 out of 10. Fat.
They need you at IGN.
Yeah, I can't wait. So, about like an 8 to 9 on this one, just because I watched like the first 11 minutes the other day on IGN, and it looked pretty cool.
I'm going to go ahead and go because I know where this is going. I'm at a 6. The highest I ever got on was like an 8. And I was like, wow, this impressed me way more than I thought. And the pieces of that are still there for me. But the things I've heard are that
early impressions.
Yeah, the early impressions are that it's very like cookie cutter. Like they say the gore stuff, like that system they put in there, it's really cool. Like it's the best thing in there. Maybe they'll use it going forward. But they say like, you just whack zombies.
Yeah,
like,
so
I can do that. I'll be happy to, but I'm not buying it day one when there's all these other games.
That's why this game is so high on my hype list, because it's a cookie. I'm not a hard gamer. Like, I don't like playing games that are hard. I don't like fucking stressing out. Mm-hmm. And this game seems like there'll be no stress, and I can sit as far back in my chair as I want and just freaking click a button and smash people's
There's something to be
heads
said about that. And also, it's been a long time since we've had like a high kill count game.
Yeah.
Like, this is going to be a game where by the time you beat the campaign, you've killed thousands of enemies. Like I'm playing Resident Evil 4 right now, and I'm like, you're killing a lot of people, especially for a Resident Evil game. But at the end of the day, it's nothing like this, where you just constantly mowing down enemies.
Or the Dead Risings and stuff like that.
Yeah. Like I love those kinds of games. I got burned out on them, but I'm kind of ready to do that again.
I'm not looking forward to this game. I'm over zombies. I'm over this type of game where it's first person, you're killing zombies. We got that last year with Dying Light 2. This might as well be Dying Light 3. I could care less. Early impressions have not been good. I'm very low on this. If I watch somebody play this, I'll be... that'd be all I'll do.
The most you expect to do.
The most I'll do with this game.
Yeah.
You won't even, like, if I have it, you won't even play it?
I mean, if it's good.
If you watch it year and it's better than expected. He compared it to, he thinks it's going to be like Saints Row was, like the new Saints Row.
I could see
which
that.
you liked, and so that's not a bad thing.
Yeah,
like sometimes you need a little mind-numbing, silly goose time.
Like, I think it looks pretty. I think that
yeah,
it looks good. I just don't need this game.
Yeah,
it's just not. something I need.
I think this game is super weird to me because I was expecting it to be truly garbage when they first leaked it, and then we saw it and I was like, wow, that looks better than I thought. I still wasn't like over the moon, and then they showed some more and I was like, wow, this could be this has potential. And then just lately, like everything they show, I'm like, yeah, there's not a lot of layers to this, and that's what they seem to be saying in early previews. What was your number on that?
3.
A 3. Okay. So Advanced Wars for Cole, and you got the 3. That's the lowest we got. Let's keep track of that. I'm pretty sure the next game is on the 27th of April. The Last Case of Benedict Fox. Sorry, I lost it for a second. And this game, I'm going to start off on this one, looks so good. Mm-hmm. And the only complaint I have is release date because it's right before some huge games. But hopefully, and I hate when I do this, like I want to play so many games that sometimes I hope a game's shorter. Yeah. But I hope this is one of those games that you play for 6 hours, you get a really good story with some good mechanics. Yeah. And like you're left wanting a sequel rather than it being like, because if the 2D side-scrolling games that are like 20 hours long, I'm always like, oh, okay. By the time I'm done, I'm done.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like you can only do so much with the story to keep me there, unless you're Ori, but that still isn't that long. I feel like I did like 10 hours on that. Something like Ori. That way I can get it out of the way and focus on the next game we're going to talk about.
What's your number?
I'm still going to put this as a 9, just because I want this kind of game right now. I want the 2D story stuff, and I love Cthulhu stuff. Like it looks really cool.
I am also at a 9 because I like the spooky vibes. I need like a good horror-esque side scroller. It's something we haven't had a whole lot of.
No, not really.
So I'm excited for this. I just hope the platforming and everything's good. Mm-hmm. Like, I know that Xbox can put out really good side scrollers. So I have faith that this could be good. Yeah. I'm just ready to get my hands on it because I haven't seen enough of it to just really be hyped about it. But I feel
like the weight of this is going to be sort of like Rogue Legacy-esque. I don't know if you ever played Rogue.
I've seen it played.
Is it Rogue Legacy?
Mm-hmm. Rogue Company?
No, it's I can't remember. It was just a regular old guy on a mission. That's so
his girlfriend
terrible.
gets taken on the first.
Yeah. Not rogue as in like roguelike, but it's a very story driven side scrolling game. It's cool
it's
at the
called
time.
Rogue.
Called Super Mario Bros.
Yeah, that's what it is. But no, anyway, I feel like this isn't. My only concern is will it be too weighty and not because I've played some 2D games that I didn't like because they didn't feel free. Like the platforming was just kind of heavy.
Has this been shown any besides last year at their E3?
They've had a couple of trailers. Like when they did the release day trailer, they had one too. What about you, Cole?
My hype level is at a 7. The reason it's so low is for all the reasons I'm excited for it, which is what you guys reiterated, the way it looks, the way it plays, the uniqueness of it, the story is different, and the character's cool looking. The release date being so close to other games, that's really going to kill it for me just because I don't want to buy this game, or is it on Game Pass?
Yeah, it's Game Pass.
I don't want to download this game and just have it sit on my like games to play list. I will, but I don't want to do that and then know that in like a couple days I'm gonna have to play this new game that's coming out because I want more.
Well, okay. Well, last thing I'll say on it is I was really hyped for Somerville, like so hyped for that game. Yeah. And then I played it and I ended up beating it anyway, but I did not like that. When I look back on that, I'm like, wow, that was super disappointing. Yeah. I just do not want that situation to happen again. This is a different game, different company and everything. But I could see a world where I'm like,
you overhype it in your head.
Yeah, like I just got too excited for this thing. Okay, but next we have a big one, Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Always mix up the name there. Star Wars Jedi Survivor comes out on April 28th.
I've been calling it Fallen Survivor so much.
Well, I mean, Fallen Order just is what it's natural to me to say, so I have to fight that. Which one y'all want to go first on this one?
I'll let one y'all go.
Okay. Cole?
I'll say it right here, right now. I'll be the highest one right off the busy. Yeah. It's going to be a 10. It's the high level 10 for me. Yeah. The customization, all the little things you can do, all the things you can add to the saber, the BD, yourself, everything from improved fighting mechanics to the giant fucking heavy saber you can carry. Mm-hmm. Like, it's just so intriguing to me. Plus, it's going to be a beautiful looking game. Yeah. And Cal Kestis can wear a beard now, so...
Now, I don't agree with a 10 personally, but I think it's very likely to be an actual 10. But that sounds really weird that I wouldn't be that hyped for it. But I was this way with Ragnarok. It's because I love the first one so much, and I'm like, this is that game Plus, and I'm like, I don't know, there's nothing new to it. At the time, Ragnarok or the God of War 2018 was so special to me because it was completely new, and that's the same thing with Fallen Order. So it's like it takes a little bit of the heat off of it for me, but I'm still at like, I'll say an 8, closer like in between an 8 and a 9. I'll say 8.5.
Yeah, I'm 8 or 9 just because every time I watch a trailer, I like what I see, and I can't find anything wrong. I'm just not excited.
The thing about
it may change when I get my hands on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But right now, I watch. I'm like, dang, that looks really cool. But I don't think anymore about it. Like I'm not counting down the days to it coming out.
Yeah.
Or
I was that way with Resident Evil 4, and it's been my favorite game this year.
Yeah.
So like, it's just something about sometimes you're not as hyped as you end up. Like you're gonna like it, you're gonna get it and play it, but like I'm just not quite there yet.
The thing about me and why I'm such a high hype level on this one is because I haven't watched as much stuff. Yeah. I've seen like little clips on like when I'm scrolling through Instagram of what they have to show, and I just scroll right past because I've heard you guys say that about this game and about other games, and I don't want that to happen. So I just scroll. I don't watch the
and the content they're showing isn't bad. Like,
there's nothing wrong with it.
Do you think it's something to do with us being low on Star Wars as a whole?
I think so.
I mean,
like maybe we're protecting ourselves because we've been hurt so much lately.
Yeah, that's a super valid point, and it could be an entire video unto itself.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like when the first one came out, we were getting movies and not much else at the time, and now it's a new Star Wars show every other week, and there's always a movie. There's
more rumors, and they just announced 3 more movies, and then there's rumors of shows. I'm just like,
it's a good Lord, dude. It's just so much. Like Star Wars is all year long now. This is just another gear in the machine of Star Wars.
Yeah, there's no off season.
Yeah.
But after that, we have. What was your number?
Oh, 8.
8. Okay.
Yeah.
After that, on May 2nd, we get Redfall, Xbox exclusive, well, PC as well, coming to Game Pass. Yes, I'm ready to hear y'all's take on this. I feel like it's been a roller coaster.
I'll go first. When I first saw this game, I was really high. I'd say 9 or 10 because I think it has the potential to be the next Left 4 Dead. The more that comes out of it, I've dropped a little bit. I'm not that far off. I'm at a 7. Yeah. I'm still excited to play with y'all. It's just the jumping into y'all's game, the progression carryover, the 30 frames per second lock. Like these are little things that
they add up.
Yeah, it just makes for a worse experience. Just because I would rather it be the other way. I'd rather it be a 60 frames, but like less quality.
Yeah, I agree.
Especially for a shooter like this type of game.
A fast-paced shooter that Arcane has been known to deliver.
It's just like it was a full balloon when they first showed this game, and they keep letting air out. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah.
I'm kind of at an opposite of you. When I first saw this game announced, I'll get a little secret off my chest. Merly and you guys were talking about how great it was going to be and how we were going to have so much fun. And I just thought, who cares?
You talking about when you saw the gameplay or just the initial?
The first official launch trailer.
The one without game.
It didn't.
It was just a cinematic.
It was just cinematic.
I had no idea what it was at that point.
Yeah, and it's maybe I don't know, but I just remember not being hype at all for it. I was like, okay, yeah, that'll be fun. We'll play it, but it'll be just like Back for Blood. See, we'll play it for a week and that's it.
Well, then I thought it was going to be third person. Like I had Fortnite vibes from that trailer. I was like, oh, this is going to be an open world where we're fighting vampires in a, like semi Fortnite style. And I thought there'd be some things like that. And then there was the leak of the first person gameplay. I was like, oh, I mean, it makes sense because it's Arcane and that's what they do.
Yeah.
But something in me got a little less excited just because I wanted to see what they could do with that. But then we started seeing more. And it didn't look like just a generic shooter.
I really like the concept of this game.
Yeah, me too. And I think the games they're picking to put together is why I'm still at a 9.
Yeah,
like all of this stuff, I agree. It is super, super disappointing that it's going to be 30. I know.
You snuck that 9.
It's my highest one so far. But like Far Cry, Borderlands, Dishonored. I love all the things they're choosing to pick from all these and throw into a pot. And I think it could turn out really good. Yes, I'm disappointed by the 30 frames. Like that's huge for me. I'm not as disappointed by the progression because I feel like we're going to play it enough together. Yeah. Like I don't think it's going to be a super long game. Like we can organize enough time to get through this game together. And I'm probably going to do, if it's like Borderlands, I'm going to do multiple playthroughs myself anyway. So did you say your number?
No, I'm thinking before you started talking about it, I was probably at an 8, and then after you got done talking, I'm at an 8 still.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
my word means nothing.
7, 8, 9. I mean,
yeah. No, it definitely means something. I mean, I'm hyped to play it, so it's
Yeah. No, it's gonna be fun. We're getting a lot of these kinds of games this year, so I can see that being a little bit of a not anymore because Suicide Squad got moved, but we get 2 really good ones. The next month we'll get
what a loss.
Diablo 4. Yeah. But following that, is there anything in between that and the big one? Let's see. Real quick. There are some good games coming to PC, but we don't talk about that.
We don't talk about Bruno.
No. Okay. Okay. So we might as well go ahead and get into the big one.
Oh.
On May 12th, as you may know,
Eric's life is over for a while.
Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom comes out. And talk about stressed out. I have to get things done before then.
Yeah.
That's the only, I'm not mad at this game. That's how much I'm excited for this game. Is I'm not mad at it for coming out close to these other games I'm excited for. I'm mad that freaking
the other games.
Star Wars is where it is.
Yeah.
Maybe that's another thing with me and Star Wars is that it's right before Redfall and it's like screwing me out of that a little bit. But yeah, no, I'm at a 10 for this game. And it's wild because I wasn't a huge Breath of the Wild fan. I grew to like it a lot more than I did. But I think this game fixed after that 10 minutes of gameplay they showed.
Yeah.
It fixed every problem I had, like every major problem. The fact that I felt like venturing out and fighting things wasn't rewarding. Like you kill a Bucko Goblin and you
just sell the horn.
Yeah, and it doesn't even give you much.
Yeah.
It's like the arrows cost as much as I got out of that.
Yeah.
Or the Kisai.
Yeah.
Like I had so many of those and didn't really use them other than cooking. But now everything matters, and it's kind of like Fallout. You go out and you hoard these things to save for the next battle, and there's actually RPG mechanics to it. And I hate the breaking weapons, but now I kind of don't because now I'm going to want to experiment with everything I can build.
Once it breaks, you're going to try to stick something else to it.
Yeah.
Like they've made it more interesting to the systems that people complain about.
Yeah. And then my third thing they fixed in that trailer or in that gameplay, I got tired of climbing. I get it. It needs to be there to an extent, and it still will be with what they did. But being able to go up through, like if you go in a cave, it's like, oh, I can get up to the top here. And that'll be a whole other layer to the traversal you'll consider. Oh, and of course, combining things to make boats and stuff is cool too.
I think the first game was more like we want you to explore and do it slowly and climb everything, and this one's more of like this world and we just want you to have fun in this.
It's a natural progression, and they did it beautifully.
Yeah,
I like Coco next.
I'm setting about an 8 on this just because I know it's going to be one of those games where it's like Witcher for me. Mm-hmm. I'm going to have to restart it multiple times to get into it.
Yeah.
And I just know that that's going to be that way because I'm that way with games that don't really hold your hand. Yeah. And this one doesn't. It's not like super punishing or anything, but it doesn't like tell you certain things, and you basically have to get good. And like I said before in this video, I'm not I'm not good at games. So
yeah, I think this game's going to give you enough cheese that you can overcome those annoying areas. That's what my problem was with Breath of the Wild. Was I would get to some areas and I'm like, I just don't have enough stuff. I don't have enough bomb arrows and stuff. And it's like, it's so annoying to go and buy these. There aren't enough money to buy. I feel like that's not going to be a problem anymore.
Now, yeah. And if we're talking about like individual trailers and announcements, this has the most hype trailer. Yeah.
I was wanting to talk about this.
Most hype trailer, most hype like it's so the stuff they're introducing, and it looks pretty. It always looks pretty. So it's just I know that I'm gonna have to force myself through the first part of it, and then I'll get good, and then I'll get in the rhythm, and then I'll love the game.
Yeah, when I watched
that's a me problem.
When I looked up this trailer, it said FR in parentheses before it, and I didn't realize what that meant. And I watched the whole trailer in French. And it was still so good. Like those French voice actors were killing it. I don't know why that popped up first.
Hey, did you hear who voiced it?
No.
In the American version?
No.
Yeah, and you didn't cream your pants?
Who's Ganon? I didn't hear it.
Matt Mercer.
Really? He's Ganon. Oh man, he's moving on up. I mean, he's always been big, but that's a really big get.
I think the advertisement cycle of this game has been perfect because at that, even before the 10-minute one, I was going to be sold on this game no matter what. The 10 minutes, I was like, okay, this is going to be really cool to explore this area. Mm. And then they dropped the trailer, the 3-minute story trailer the other day, and that is the most epic trailer I've ever seen.
It's fantastic.
It was everything I wanted from Breath of the Wild in that 3-minute trailer. Just so much story stuff that you could tell that they put into this game.
Yeah.
Companions. It was like you're going to be fighting alongside people and stuff.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Brought back Ganondorf. Like all the stuff that I've wanted from like that would make Breath of the Wild even better.
Yeah.
So I'm at a 10 for this game. This is my game of the day. I've been looking forward to.
Yeah, facing Ganondorf instead of Calamity Ganon is so much better. There's like a face to it. There's an actual interaction with the person when you fight them.
And now Matt Mercer plays Ganondorf.
Yeah, and that's huge. I was going to say something else about it, and I forgot. Oh, the trailer. That was like some Avengers level stuff, and there's also some Avengers level like things to it. Did you see what the tiers are?
The little,
Yeah, so it's going to be like Infinity Stone type things.
Actually, they came up in Skyward Sword first.
Really? So you kind of had an idea.
Yeah, I've heard like on other podcasts.
This whole time I was picturing just like sad people in the kingdom.
Well, I still think that's
Just sad boys.
I think that's part of it too, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, it's a symbolism, but they're
I love
actual
the
teardrops.
look of the kingdom actually being fleshed out in this new trailer. Like, there's people in towns and stuff like that. There was in the original, but like it felt so apocalyptic in the last game. And this one, it feels like there's alive. It feels alive.
Let's talk about how that trailer starts. He's coming down from the sky and passing stuff that's way up in the sky. Where's he coming from? How high up can we go? It is insane. And this is on the Switch, and that blows my mind that they can do that much with it.
The part where they're fighting with the group of people fighting, I was like, there's no way this runs as good on the Switch.
Right. That's my only concern. I'm staying at a 10 because like nothing broke on Breath of the Wild for me. They may be pushing it to its limit here. If this was, I mean, you can't go past a 10, but if this was coming out on, Switch 2, Super Switch, whatever the hell they're going to call it, like I'm just looking forward to that, I'll say, because like I'm already pretty much maximum hype. But yeah, we just wanted to look at the extremely packed next 4 weeks of gaming. May has some other things coming, and then June's another crazy month, but we'll get to those when we get to them. We got to get through some games first. But you want to take it away with our brand new segment?
I didn't know it when a game that y'all hadn't played, so it's when you've played for sure.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
But with all the hype of last weekend, and I know that Cole hasn't played it, I want us to play, and we'll come back in about a month, I'd say, and go over it. But Super Mario World. We don't have to start to finish it, but I want to play a majority of it.
Yeah.
And because I haven't played it in years, so I've been wanting to replay it too.
That one is difficult, so there could be some sections that keep you from fully finishing it, but it's not difficult like the old ones, you know.
Super Mario World. What console did it originally come out?
Super Nintendo. It was the launch of Super Nintendo.
Or Game Boy Color, how I played it.
Game Boy Advance is how I played it.
It was so good on Game Boy Color.
I didn't realize.
I
I knew it was an older game, but the Advanced one is the one I played the most of.
Yeah. Dude, I freaking love it on the Game Boy Color, and it's wild. I found that same Game Boy Color not that long ago, and God, does it look bad.
But that was, that's the first.
You didn't know when you were
the screen's so dim. I forgot
You
that
have to be
issue.
underlined.
Yeah, like I forgot you can't see.
directly underlined.
Yeah, there's no light in it.
Dude, when the SP came
Advance
out,
was the same way. It didn't have a backlight, and then SP started doing a backlight.
Yeah, the SP when it came, I remember because I had an Advance. I had the purple like see-through one, and then I got an SP, and I was like, it's a whole different. It's a whole new world.
Yeah.
It's a whole new. I started saying that.
Starting out with a bang on this one, though. I want to do the next one if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Just because I know some Nintendo games you haven't played.
Yeah.
And
I don't even think it's some that we haven't. Like, we don't have to always be.
just like revisit them. Yeah.
But yeah, I think this one, and we'll revisit it whenever we feel good about it.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a platformer, obviously.
Yeah.
Was it a side-scrolling platformer? Because it was on. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So this is mostly a segment to get Cole to play some of our favorite games.
Yeah. Because I didn't grow up playing Nintendo games.
What's your Nintendo going?
But now you Nintendo.
Yeah. My Nintendo game is going to be?
I don't think he has one that we haven't played.
Yeah. It's going to be Madden 20. It's going to be Madden.
Yeah.
No, it's going to be that one that was in black and white on the Wii.
Mad
Like
World.
Bo Jackson.
Mad World.
Mad World. Yeah. That was in black and white.
It was
like a hack and slash.
Oh, I thought you were actually still talking about Madden. Like
No, the only games. So my sister had a Switch. Yeah. The only games we had was Mario Kart, Wii, and one of the Maddens, and it was like ridiculous. I scored like 100 points in one game. I was like, this is not really Madden.
Yeah.
Do you remember the shooters on the Wii gun?
Oh God.
Yeah.
They didn't register very good.
Noah.
The nunchuck right here.
Yeah. I played a lot of them, but
I played Resident Evil Umbrella Chronicles like that.
Can we talk about how Wii was just a worse version of arcade cabinets most of the time?
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
They're so gimmicky.
There's some really good games on there, but those
Not
games,
really.
all the on-rails things.
Not really.
There's less than 20. like great games. Less than 20.
Yeah. But I feel like there are some good games.
I'm just being serious.
Less than 20. I was thinking less than that.
Yeah. But anything that was on another console was terrible on there.
Yeah.
But anyway, we'll move on. Don't want to rag on Nintendo because Nintendo love them.
Yeah, they sponsor this.
Yeah. Please. But yeah, that's going to do it for this week. Be sure to come back next week. We're going to talk about our predictions for Summer Games Fest.
Ooh.
And everything
No E3.
surrounding it. No
Just
E3.
Summer Game Fest because there is no E3.
Yeah, we're going to call it
Yeah.
not E3. At what point did we stop even talking about E3? How many years
It
does
won't
it
be
take?
long. I don't know why they made this official. Like
Yeah.
they should have officially said there will be no more.
There'll be no E3.
Like don't stop kicking the rock down the road.
We're going to have to start calling it SGF because Summer Game Fest is too cumbersome. So
You know what?
SGF.
E3
Come, sir.
It's a bad deal because they want these people like publishers to pay millions
Yeah.
to advertise there, and it's ridiculous.
When
they
now you
when
can
put it
advertise
on
yeah,
Yeah.
everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
It would be cool to have like an E3 again.
Oh, I love the style. Of
I love the
E3.
style, and I love the whole week long thing where everyone's in the convention center and you have journalists going from stage to stage, and that's cool. But yeah, the charging companies. How did they think that was not gonna backfire on them?
I mean, that's
You mean the
always-
millionaires?
They've always done
It used to be literally to sell games to stores. The expo
Really?
was
Oh,
to get
yeah.
people like GameStop and all the
I did not know that.
the gaming stores to pick up their games for selling them.
Oh,
that's
wow.
like 95, I think, was when it started, and that's what the purpose
Oh,
was.
so digital. So what you're saying is the digital age killed E3.
Yeah, like it's killing the physical copies. But yeah,
Video also killed the radio star. And
and we'll see you later.
First video played on MTV.
Yeah.
and killed the radio
Fun
star.
fact.
Yeah.
We'll leave you with that fun fact. Roll the music.